we will learn how to use a calculator to solve linear equations. Please note that linear equations are equations in which their variables have their highest power as 1. Also, they usually come with the equal sign. Now, to solve linear equations on the calculator, you will use x in place of all other variables. This is because the calculator has been programmed to only accept the variable x for all linear equations. Now, to get the variable x on your calculator, please you press the alpha key and press the bracket close button. This will help you display x on your calculator. Finally, you will solve the linear equation you need by pressing the alpha and the calc button. That is how you're going to do the whole procedure. But let us see how to do that on the calculator so that it will be very practical for you. Let us take the illustrative example number 1. Now, example number 1, it reads, solve the equation 8x minus 3 is equal to negative 2x plus 7. Now, let's go ahead and see how to use a calculator to solve this linear equation. Now, if you study this question very carefully, it is a linear equation. The reason is very simple. All linear equations, number 1, contain the equal sign. So there is an equal sign. Then the variable in the equation is x. So here we have 8x and we have negative 2x. Check the exponent of the x. You realize that the exponent of the x is 1. That is to say there is no exponent. For 8x, you realize that it is 1, no exponent. And for negative 2x, you realize that the exponent of x is 1. That is to say no exponent. So all linear equations have exponents of 1. So take note of that. And they also have the equal sign. So we have to input the equation on the calculator to begin the whole thing. Now the equation starts with 8. So press the key 8. There is an x. So we use the variable x. To do that, you press the alpha key and then you press the bracket close key to give you x nicely. Now the next sign is minus. So press the minus key and the next number is 3. Press 3. Now you need the equal sign. There are 2 types of equal signs on the calculator. The first key is the white key and there's another equal sign just on top of the CALC key, close to the solve that is there. Now you realize that we need to use that particular equal sign on top of the CALC. So please, you need to press the alpha key and press the CALC key to give you the equal sign there. This is because it's a linear equation. So we need the equation symbol, which is the equal sign, inside the question before we continue. And that is what I've done. Now to continue, you have to press the next number, that is minus 2x. So minus 2, the x, you press alpha and press the bracket close to get the x. Now you press the next one, that is the addition sign. So you continue by pressing the 17 as the last number. Now you have written the equation nicely on your calculator. Now the equation is 8x minus 3 is equal to minus 2x plus 17. Now that you've done that, don't press the equal sign directly. It will be wrong. It will be an error. Please don't press the equal sign directly. What you have to do is go and press the shift and press the CALC key. This is because it's a linear equation, and that is a procedure for solving the linear equation on the calculator. When you do that, the calculator will display solve for x. The answer is not 1. You are just displaying 1 because that is my previous answer for a particular question I solved. So sometimes you see 0, sometimes you see any number. Ignore that number you see here. It says solve for the value of x. Then I have to proceed. Just press the equal sign, the normal white key equal sign to proceed. So I press the equal sign and the calculator will display something on the screen. Now the calculator displays x is equal to 2. And then the left minus right, that is L minus R is equal to 0. Let me explain the 2. X is equal to 2 is the final answer for the equation. So we have solved the variable x to get 2. That is the answer of x. The variable or the unknown is 2. So the answer is 2. But nevertheless, left minus right, which is L minus R, is equal to 0 means there is no error. That means the level of accuracy is very high, or there's a high level of accuracy. This is just trying to tell us the left-hand side minus the right-hand side shows 0. That means there's no error in what you did. So what you did is perfectly correct. So then the final answer is 2. So x is 2 in the equation given in the question. Thank you very much. Some objective tests or objective questions under how to use the calculator to solve for linear equation. Question 1 reads, solve the equation 4x over 7 minus 2 is equal to x minus 1 over 3. And the possible answers are A, minus 7, B, minus 4, C, 1, and D, 7. Let us use a calculator to choose the right answer. Now, if you want to do this question on a calculator, don't forget that the equation is a linear equation because the highest exponent or the highest power of the variable or the unknown or the letter in the question is 1. For that matter, there is an equal sign and it makes it linear equation. Now, we need to input the same equation on the calculator. First of all, there is a fraction. So press the fraction key. We have 4x. So press 4, press alpha, and press the bracket close to get the x. Now press the arrow key to the right to bring the indicator to the denominator, and then you press 7. Press the arrow key to the right to bring the indicator to the side of the fraction, and then you press the minus key. There is a number 2, so you press 2. The equal sign is done with the calculator and the linear equation by pressing the alpha key and pressing the CALC or the cal key. The equal sign nicely appears on the screen. So we go ahead and bring the last number, which is a fraction. So we press the fraction key. At the numerator, we have x. So press alpha and press the bracket close to get x. Then minus, and then you bring your 1. Then you bring the indicator to the denominator by pressing the arrow key to the right-hand side to bring the indicator to the denominator of the fraction. Then you press 3. Now the question has been input nicely on the calculator. That is the equation. So let's solve for it. You can solve for the equation by pressing the shift key and then press the solve or the calc, C-A-L-C key. It will ask you to solve for x. Remember, 0 is not the answer though, but you are yet to get to the answer. So press the equal sign to display the answer. Now it displays x is equal to 7 and L minus R is equal to 0. That is the left minus right is equal to 0. That means there is no error. That's the meaning of L minus R is equal to 0. There is no error. For that matter, x is equal to 7. So the value or the answer for x is 7. So if you check the options, x being 7, that means our answer is D. D is 7. So the equation is solved to get the value 7. Thank you very much. It reads solve for x in the equation x over 2 minus 1 over 5 is equal to x over 3 plus 1 over 4. The possible answers are A, 3.7, B, 2.7, C, 0.5, and D, 0.3. Let us use the calculator to point out the right answer. Now, to solve such a question on the calculator, you need to identify the nature of the question. In the question, I can see an equal sign with the variable x. Now, the x has a power at the highest form as 1. So the highest exponent of x is 1, and there is an equal sign. So making this question a linear equation. First of all, we must input this question or write the same equation on the calculator. This is how we do it. Since there is a fraction, press the fraction key. Now the fraction key has the numerator as x, and x is pressed by alpha and the bracket close. So you can press alpha and the bracket close to get x. Now shift the indicator to the denominator by pressing the arrow key to the right hand side. So when you press the arrow key to the right hand side, the indicator is at the denominator. So press 2. Now bring the indicator to the side of the fraction by pressing the arrow key to the right hand side. So we press the arrow key. The next symbol or the next operational sign is minus. So press minus. We have another fraction, 1 over 5. So press the fraction key, press 1 at the numerator, shift the arrow key to the right and bring the indicator to the denominator and press 5. Now take the indicator to the side of the fraction by pressing the arrow key to the right. Then we need the equal sign. The equal sign for a linear equation is done by pressing alpha and then the calc or the CALC. So when you press it, the equal sign will come. We have another fraction, x over 3. So press the fraction key, press alpha and the bracket close to get x at the numerator. Press the arrow key to the right hand side to bring the indicator to the denominator, and then you press the 3. Now press the arrow key to the right hand side to bring the indicator to the side of the fraction. Press the addition sign and the final fraction, which is 1 over 4. Let's press the fraction key. Then we press 1 at the numerator. Press the arrow key to the right hand side to bring the indicator to the denominator and press 4. We have the equation nicely input on the calculator. So we have to go ahead and solve for it. This is how we solve for it. Press the shift key. Then you press the calc or CALC. That is the way you solve for a linear equation. Once it displays solve for x, you see 0 there. 0 is not the final answer and it is not the answer. So go ahead and press equal sign to get the final answer. So the final answer is x is equal to 2.7. Left minus right is equal to 0. Since L or left minus R or right is equal to 0, there is no error. So the final answer will be x is equal to 2.7. Now in the option B is 2.7. So 2.7 is the final answer. The question reads, find the solution set of the equation 1 over 5 into bracket 2 plus t is equal to 1 over 2 into bracket t minus 1. Now the possible answers are A, -3, B, 0, C, -2, and D, 3. Now let us see how the calculator can give us a final answer to this linear equation question. Now, if you want to use the calculator, you then have to input the linear equation on the calculator. So first of all, have the fraction. So press the fraction key. Then you press 1 at the numerator. Press the arrow key to the right hand side to bring the indicator to the denominator. Then you press the 5. Now press the arrow key to the right hand side to bring the indicator to the side of the fraction. Now open the bracket. Then you press 2. You press the addition sign. Then you have to press T, but T is not needed in an equation on the calculator. The calculator only needs X to represent all variables when you are using the calculator. So you press the alpha key and then you press the bracket close to bring X. Now X is in place of T, which is in the question. So any answer we get for X is the same answer for T. Now go ahead and close the bracket. Bring your equal sign by pressing the alpha key and then the CALC key to give the equal sign for an equation. The next number is a fraction. So press the fraction key and press 1 at the numerator. Press the arrow key to the right hand side to bring the indicator to the denominator. Press 2. Now press the arrow key to the right hand side to bring the indicator to the side of the fraction. Now we have t minus 1 in the bracket. Now open the bracket, bring t, that is to say use x in place of t. So press alpha and then press the bracket close to get x. Now minus 1. So you close the bracket. Please, once you've input this equation on your calculator, take it and then keep it in your mind that x is used in place of any variable in a question which is a linear equation. And these are done only on the calculator. So let's go ahead and solve for this equation. We solve for the equation by pressing the shift and then selecting the CALC or pressing the CALC key. When you press, it asks solve for x or it displays solve for x. Then the answer there is 0. But please, this is not the answer for the final equation. Just go ahead and press the equal sign. When you press the equal sign, you see the answer. It is x is equal to 3 and L minus R is equal to 0. Because of the L minus R is equal to 0, there is no error. So we can finally state that x is equal to 3. So our answer is 3, which is at D. So D becomes our final answer. Thank you very much.